another day begins along False River. The farmer begins his day. Industry wakes up. And friends catch up. False River is that kind of place.
The first reference to what we know as False River may well come from as early as 1682, definitely in 1699 when the Iberville party was coming upriver. Native American guides guided them through a 4-mile cutoff channel being formed in process rather than going around 22-mile long bend of the Mississippi. False River, being so close to Baton Rouge and Lafayette, and relatively speaking to New Orleans, has made it a recreation center since at least the turn of the century. It's one of the great drawing cards, and it's one of the great identifiers of what this place is and who we are to the world. False River is part of Louisiana history and culture. It's as simple as that.
This river is the lifeblood of this parish.
It is a jewel for everybody, and it's a place to keep our kids off the street.
It's so enjoyable, it's such a family atmosphere, and it's just not New Roads or the surrounding communities or the people that live here, but it is the state as a whole.
Louisianans just love water, and when we think of a good time, we think of something on the water, on the beach. But since False River's here, I mean, it can happen almost daily.
But False River isn't what it used to be. And the longer help waits, the worse things get.
False River, I'd say some of the major changes when you look at it, I believe, are in the habitat for the fisheries. At one time, you could see there were grass beds all along the lake, along the shoreline. Those aren't there anymore. The turbidity of the lake has increased a lot. You'll see the water has a lot more sediment in it. And just overall, there have been changes along the river, going more from perhaps more of a fishing camp type regime to a more developed situation.
The solutions we are looking at basically are threefold. You're looking at, on the one end, outreach and education. Some of the drainage issues we need to start looking at, both from the amount of water flowing into the lake as well as some of the sediment and some of the chemicals. We want to try to address those to decrease the influx or slow that influx down so that vegetation can take care of it. And finally, it's looking down the road, having management procedure in place so that, on the long term, the parish and the people can keep any improvement that will come about from us making change in the system.
We want False River to be as good of a resource as it can be for the people of Pointe-Coupee Parish and for the entire state of Louisiana.
When I first moved here, immediately I said it's the most beautiful place in the world. And I still think that after 60 years. Basically, our restaurant got started because of the fishermen. It started as a bait shop. We still have fishermen, we still have tournaments, but not like in those days.
I met my friend with Bonaventure's Landing, and we were fishing about 15 minutes, and we caught a couple of fish. And this fish came along and took my line and did a few tail walks and got us all excited, and we got it in the boat. Oh my God, look at that fish. Look at it. That was an amazing day in my life. 24 years ago, when this fish came in, it was a big thing, and we had to catch lots of fish then. Real sad that we have to go hundreds of miles to fish when we have a beautiful lake out here and know it can be productive.
False River, there is some perception that it is not as good as it used to be, and I think that's probably true. In the past, False River was fabulous. Recreational fisheries in Louisiana is a billion-dollar business, and we depend on people to come here, enjoy themselves, and spend their money. False River, in addition, also has a tremendous traffic of people from high population areas. Baton Rouge, for example, has a large number of people that live here and commute, so it's expanded in its importance in that regard. To me, it's important that Louisiana fisheries draw people and that we make our own people very happy with the God-given gift we have here in terms of fisheries. We've got quite a fisheries here, and the least we can do is make the most out of it.
False River is so critically important to our parish. If this lake would continue to deteriorate, it would absolutely crush our parish. It would crush the social and economic and cultural charm that you see here in the parish.
False River is part of the fabric of this community. And this is my home. We live here, we're raising our children here, and False River is going to be part of their heritage. And what we need to do is make sure we protect that.
Well, it's like any asset in any community or parish. This river is used by an incredible amount of people that don't live here.
This is not hopeless. We can do this. We should leave no stone unturned. We should just keep moving forward, and let's get it done.
False River is a resource for Pointe Coupee. It's also a resource for South Louisiana. But False River is definitely a resource for our state.